Hello everyone, once again, this is Commander Trium. And here we are once again at Galton Gateway in the LP245-10 system. And what do we got here? Oh yes, a number of missions to complete. Consumer technology from a suitable market. $841 units, eh? Okay. Oh dear me, this is really quite pricey. LHS 1446 and Lobby. And we'll pick on Lobby and Hog City by the looks of it. I guess it's pronounced Lave technically. Come here. Come here. There that one is. And which market is it? Hog City. Hog City. It's Kobayashi. Actually, we won't bother with that.
Gyroscope deployed. Collector limit expired.
Prepping fighter bay. Stand by. Fighter deployed. I'm here if you need me. Okay, Commander. Fighter en route back to Mothership. Fighter is on board, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 3, 2, 1, engage. Warning, temperature critical.
Make for Denver Station.
are speed restrictions in this area.
Flight assist on.
You're approved for automated docking sequence. Continue on approach.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
We will be forced to respond to aggressive actions. For peace of mind, please don't ship weapons while inside the docking.
Contact confirmed. Deactivating docking systems. Enjoy your stay with us.
Consumer technology.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Oh. Now, we now have Class 4 collection limits. Yes. Chemical manipulators, 0. Okay. And polymer capacitors, okay.
For the safety of all visitors, be considerate of other vessels or passing through the main access corridor.
Okay, let's see, what do we got now for distance? Well, we got a little bit further.
In the interest of smooth traffic flow within the docking bay, we request the pilots avoid long access to docking pads.
No. No room for lipids.
We extend a warm welcome to your arrival to this facility and wish a safe journey to all departures.
512 consumer technology.
Shipment disengaged from landing pad. Your way is clear for departure.
To all departures.
Landing gear retracted.
Yes.
It's a no-fire zone. Goodbye, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging.
Deviate from your current vector. Right crew ready for arrival.
Landing gear deployed.
Confirmed contact. Perform landing checklist. You may want to be wary around these parts, Commander. This whole system is on the brink of rebellion.
This is all flight regulation announced. Please proceed to land the side loading and refrain from obstructing other areas.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh, having to redo my computer.
I didn't notice you there. How long have you been logged in for?
Oh, I've been in menu for quite a while.
Oh,
I had to redo. Pretty much, I had to reinstall Windows 10 on my computer because it, yeah. Damn update or something was completely fucking gay.
yeah, I don't know what the hell. They update this stupid operating system all the damn time, and it just seems like there's always some users out there with problems, but no one gets a clean update completely. I don't know how many people it affects. Like, most of the updates go in on my system.
I had to completely, pretty much reload Windows 10. And then reinstall everything, and come to find out all my key bindings were fucked up in Elite. All my stuff that I had programmed and set up in the voice attack is fucking gone.
Oh no.
So I gotta redo all that. Needless to say, I went through and I completely rebinded everything in Elite, figured out how to go and save that keybind file so it happens again.
You at least have a backup.
Yep.
Yeah, I lost a hard drive, like the ability to boot into Windows at one point on my old hard drive before I got SSD.
Yep.
And
The reason I got the SSD.
yeah, and I just don't understand how the hell that happened. Like, to this day, I still don't get it. And the guy at the computer store, he just said, well, why don't you just get another drive? And I'm like, well, you know, I run an NT domain at home. Oh, the other thing I had turned on was that fucking, whatchamacallit, BitLocker. So BitLocker's gone the way of the dodo now. I'm not using I've used BitLocker on one of my drives. I have like 3 drives in here. There's a BitLocker drive, another terabyte drive, or another 2 terabyte internal, and another, and an SSD, which is one, I think it's 500 gigs. Anyway, it has Elite on it as well as the operating system. And Visual Studio and a few other tools.
Oh, I have a feeling I've got 2 different copies somehow on the same hard drive of my operating systems when I go to reboot, or when I restart my computer. It asks me which one I want to use. One's bad, one's good.
Oh God.
So I'm gonna probably, one of these days, once I get shit saved and straightened out, I'm gonna go in and completely reformat my hard drive again and start fresh.
The problem is, with the size of drives that we're looking at right now, like, it's so stupid. Like, How the hell are you supposed to back up like 5 terabytes of drive storage? I mean, who has like an extra 5 terabytes kicking around?
I don't have that much shit to say.
Well, that's exactly the problem, isn't it? If you have like as much shit as I do, and I've got like 5 terabytes worth of shit. I mean, a lot of that is just redundant programs from the old operating system that I don't use anymore, right? Because everything has to be bound nicely into Windows. So I've got a program files drive with a bunch of defunct software in it that I could probably wipe out almost completely now. But I mean, I'm running an NT domain as well. This new install doesn't take into account the domain. So if I want to network, every time I network this thing to the server or to anything else, I'm not using central login features, it's logging in locally. And I have to constantly authenticate if I want to connect any 2 of these computers together to my main computer. I have to authenticate from the main computer into any other remote system. It's constantly challenging me to enter a password, whereas if I was logged in using the domain account, it wouldn't be a problem, right? I guess I could just make the computer remember the domain, but then it builds a new user account, and you're ending up having to redo all your software bindings so that, you know, or many of them, not all of them. Some of the software for Windows takes into account the fact that you might have a local and a domain install, and if it's smart, then, you know, more the power to you. You just have to declare a new user. But now I've gotten this far into having a local account, and I don't want to have to rebind everything again. Oh, shut up, cat. The cat's in heat.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so she's gonna meow the whole goddamn time now. Hang on a second. I have to find something to throw at her. Out! Stupid cat. Can you pet me, please? No, you're in heat. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, so I brought some... Yeah, so I'm going to end up being 2 million ahead from that mission that I offered earlier. How far away are you right now?
Near QB, I'm 200 light years away, I'm sure.
I don't think it's quite that far to Cubeo, but... Oh yeah. Way the hell out there. Look, I came up here because there was some nice... It seems like the system is constantly giving you updates to where you want to be for... But I am making more money. Which I guess is the whole idea here. You're in HIP 5623. 224 light years, that's a little ways off.
Like I said, about 200.
I mean, it's only 3 jumps with my maximum drive vehicle, but... Okay, so now what? Oh yeah, now we have to go to Anlave, or Anlave, sorry. And we'll finish that off. Anlave. What's the power play look like in this area? Oh, no one's claimed it. There's not too many star systems like that where no one's claimed it. Fuck. Polevnik's way the hell out here. There are some really big budget worlds here that have been unclaimed, like HIP 4907, HIP 1167, LP 5117. I mean, these things are like worth 93 command credits a turn. And no one's claiming them.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm just looking at. I'm looking at one of my worlds that I can go conquer. But holy shit! Do you know Antal claims like a large part of this galaxy? Like that's nutty. Here's Archon Delaney, his horrifying little. Oh, this is hilarious. Yuri Grom only has one world left. How the hell is it he's in the place he's in?
That's all he's got is one world?
Well, he hasn't got much. Like, he's got the tiniest. By territory, he's the smallest. Like, he doesn't have that much influence anymore. Yeah, Felicia Winters. Hang on a second. I don't know how many systems this guy's got, but he hasn't got many. I think he's got Playa Karma. No, he's got more than one system. It's just not very... He's just being scrunched by the... his Erebate, Econir, Apoyota, and Galbia. LHS 3447. Like, he's got a few worlds, but by space under his control, he's not very influential. I don't think. Let's have a look and see. There's Yuri Grom. Like, whereas Panav can expand almost everywhere in the galaxy, Yuri Grom's options are few. I mean, he's got a few worlds, I guess. It's not very damn many. And they're all sort of almost completely separated from one another. Like, his worlds are far flung and outside of, there's no contiguous region that he's really in control of. all the other factions had like a contiguous region, but Yuri Grom's been kind of shredded to pieces. Okay, let's just go up here and do this. Okay. Where's the commodity? There we go. What do we want? We want consumer items, consumer technology. Why the hell? Inventory empty. Okay. Need you to give me a advanced maintenance, and I would like to have restocks. What's on this planet here? Ormus Landing. Is there germanium inventory in it? 6. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're going to have to do a mining run.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Was it you who was telling me that minerals are evenly distributed all over the planet's surfaces, or randomly distributed?
That's probably somebody else.
Someone was saying that the blue circles mean that there's an item of interest, like a...
Oh, okay. I was reading that in a forum. I've never tested that, but when all of a sudden your map turns blue, it means that there is some kind of a material there nearby. You're still gonna have to search it out, but it's kind of an indicator. I've never tested that out. That's what a forum was saying when I was reading it one night.
Oh shit, I blew up a component I wanted. Oh fuck, everything's falling towards this planet's surface. We have an inbound hostile. It's an Imperial Clipper.
Under attack. Connector limit expired.
Deployed. Go.
Understood. Booting up telepresence for fighter control. SLS is online. Standing by.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Shield should be coming down any minute. Fucking asshole has missiles.
Target shields offline. Under attack. Shields offline.
The shields are down. So are his.
Taking internal damage. Module malfunction.
Module malfunction.
Target shields online. Target shields offline.
He's taking my weapons out.
Another player or an NPC?
The hostile. I'm at 64%.
Commander.
Give me a fucking break. Well, this proved to be another disaster.
I need support. Taking damage.
Flight assist off.
You have support. What's your problem? Thrusters are 29%. Sensors and forcer cannons down. The beam laser is up, but
Sky is clear. No more targets.
Shields online.
threat eliminated. I honestly don't know if I got any credit for that. I should have. I took enough damage. Systems are undergoing repair. I think I was out of range.
There's a lot of places around here that are needing basic medicine called to them. They ain't good for it.
This is probably the biggest pounding I've taken in this craft so far. Currently standing at 64% hull.
Flight assist on.
I really don't know if I got any credit for that. I think I was out of range. And I didn't get my cargo because I was ambushed by a clipper. Police ships showed up right away, but they took their sweet ass time taking down that clipper, and I had to like fucking fight them off myself.
Yeah, it's usually the way it goes.
I think I should get credit for that fight, but anyway.
Modules repaired.
Repairing cockpit canopy. It took some damage. Well, I don't know where. I can't really see it. We're running on auxiliary life support while the life support system is repaired. Life support at 96%. There's 6 minutes and 20 seconds till oxygen depleted at a primary facility. That's bullshit. I should have been able to take that clipper without any problem. Running life support at 96%, atmosphere restored. Okay.
Roger that. Initiating automated retrieval.
Enforcer cannon repaired.
Module repaired.
Power distributor ready for activation.
Fighter is locked down. We're good to go, Commander.
Power distributor coming online. Power distributor is online. Ready for atmospheric entry, or sorry, planet landing.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Orbital flight engaged.
Sorry, what was it you were saying about the blue circles?
They kind of give you an idea of where you can find some
Point of interest? Or is it just materials?
I think materials. I don't know. I've never actually tested it. It's just what I was reading.
Well, I think it's a point of interest because I think that the materials are scattered about the planet's surface pretty evenly. But perhaps I'm wrong. I don't read any blue circles on this planet so far.
Landing gear. Oh shit.
We'll send the fighter out, have a scout around.
Copy that. I'll take care of the mothership, Commander. Copy. Holding position.
Ordered the mothership to hold position. So it's not following me around unless I find something useful. I found a blue circle. Closing with planet surface, going down to the hard deck. I don't see anything around here, but it isn't to say there isn't anything out here to find. A lot of really rough terrain, though.
Roger that. I'll wait right here. Okay, taking up a defensive position, Commander. Wilco, holding fire. Okay, Commander, I'm on guard.
Landing gear. It'll be fun. I'm gonna have to spend a whole fucking day or two writing out all these stupid macro key commands, whatever, for voice attack.
Probably.
But at least now I know how to save them, so that if I crash everything, I don't have to redo it all.
Yep.
Taking control of the fighter. Awaiting your orders, Commander. Commencing recovery, Commander. Stand by. Fighter is on board, Commander.
Sensors are online, that helps. Your sensors aren't working, you can't scan the planet for blue circles.
That might be a new challenge.
Let's go over here. There might be some flat terrain over here somewhere. Having to use the fighter to guide me to like where the blue circles are because
No, the tag team action somebody in the ship to direct traffic or something.
yeah. Sensors now 51%. Reactivating. Oh, we're on the far side of the...
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
See if we can find a nice landing spot with this. Okay, we did find a nice landing spot. Let's see what we find.
Low gravity warning.
Well, it says there's some minerals over here. Let's go over here and have a look. Shut up, cat! Come on.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Metallic meteorite. That'll be it. Come here, you lazy lump of shit. Vanadium. Nickel. Yttrium. Niobium. And more vanadium. We have found our point of interest. Unsure what it is just yet, but it's up on the scope, pretty obviously. It is a crashed satellite. So there's your source for the blue circle. No, I'd have to say it's definitely an indicator. It's an intel package. It's guarded by a sentry. What the hell it's doing here? It's a crashed spy satellite.
I got attacked by another player, Commander Rick Storm.
Need assistance?
I don't know. He was in a Asp Explorer, and I whooped his ass.
Oh, good for you.
After I unloaded on him, I think he figured out not a great idea.
Must have attacked you because he thought you were flying a freighter or something.
Oh, I'm in my tight fence.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he knows all about combat.
Yeah. Of course, I can't really look at his stats or anything now that he's left.
Did he run, or did you...
He ran away.
And what was your intention, to pursue and destroy, or was it just to let him run?
I thought it was another NPC until I didn't realize until after I'm looking at his wake.
Oh.
Commander Rick Storm.
Well, like I said, if it's an open box on your scope, you've got a human. And humans are generally tougher, but sometimes you encounter people that are not very experienced in combat.
Yeah.
Occasionally they'll try to attack you, and if they do, I mean, a couple of times I've blown the snot out of people that have challenged my Python. Like, it wasn't even funny. It was just a waste of my time, really. But if a human being attacks me, as far as I'm concerned, unless they intone their surrender, I will seek and destroy them. If they vocalize or send a text message claiming that they're going to surrender, then I yield to that. But they got to say something, otherwise I'm going to assume they're trying to kill me. Fair is fair in love and war, as they say.
Yep.
I almost never surrender. I have surrendered before, and some commanders have yielded to that. I had one in particular who I linked up with friends. I don't know which one it was, but one of the people on my friends list is someone I linked up with because he yielded to my surrender. So I think it might have been Nanhat, actually. I'm not sure. What the hell have we got here? We've got 3 sentries. I think they're guarding a bunch of dead canisters.
Awesome.
There's not one canister here that's intact. I'll steer clear of the no-go zone, but yeah, they're defending garbage. Now, the problem is their no-fly zone is on a very steep incline. It's conceivable that some of the canisters roll down the hill. So come down the hill and we'll have a look. Ah, there they are.
I got another one of those damn missions for some random ship crashed out in the middle of nowhere that I can go do something with.
Oh, really? Okay, we got a canister of thallium, cryolite, taafiite, resonating separators and more resonating separators. So I've got 2 tons of resonating separators and 3 tons of random crap, including a radioactive substance called thallium. Well, it's an element, actually. It rolled down the hill from where those sentries are, and obviously they're supposed to defend them, but they're not going to be doing much defending with the canisters rolled down the hill here. So here's what we'll do.
Handbrake is on. Ship recalled.
We'll recall our ship. I think we'll take the thallium. And the taphionite. Those are the 2 most valuable items here.
Cargo vault at maximum capacity.
Freighter is landing. Oh, its shadow passed right over me. It's landed fairly close. So we're lowering landing gear. It has landed.
Handbrake is on.
Request dock.
Where are those tracks of mine that led up here? It's not there. Ah, there we are. Here we are. We'll take the resonating separators next.
Cargo vault at maximum capacity. brake is on.
It says that there's 5% gallium on this planet, or I think it's that high. And yet, you get almost... You get almost every other type of element, no matter how rare it is, except the one you're looking for, which is supposed to be fairly... Well, not fairly, it's rare, but more common than some of the stuff I've been finding, like yttrium.
That's usually how it goes.
And then you need yttrium, so you go look for yttrium. What do you end up with? Gallium. There we go, germanium. I actually found some. What do we got here? Anything? Oh, there's another rock around here somewhere. Might be some more gallium nearby. Outcrop. Lots of iron and phosphorus, no gallium. Molybdenum. There's our germanium. Long fucking last. More molybdenum. Niobium. Carbon. Iron, and finally germanium. Well, I started with 6. I've got 15 germanium now, which is pretty good, actually. I think that's good enough for now. I don't use that much germanium.
Handbrake is on.
Boarding ship, preparing for departure. Well, most of our systems are back online from battle damage, so...
Request dock.
Landing gear retracted. Scan detected. Scan detected.
Request dock.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Orbital flight engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
sensors and the starports are constantly being updated. Remember to visit every time you pass through the system.
This is a message to all commanders. Please reduce your speed when maneuvering your ship inside the docking bay. This is a message to all commanders. Please reduce your speed when maneuvering your ship inside the docking bay. Docking bay access is bidirectional. Please keep the airlock clear at all times. Thank you. This is a flight regulation announcement. Please proceed to dock on your assigned docking pad in a timely manner, and refrain from obstructing other docking areas. This is an important announcement. Security surveillance is in effect in the facility at all times. Any acts of aggression will be met with an appropriate response.
Request dock.
We would like to welcome all commanders to this facility. Please ensure you complete all docking procedures within the allocated time.
Yeah, your Type 10 Defender is listed here as being a multi-purpose craft with a multi-purpose Thargoid fighter, according to Alpha Orbital.
Yeah. Request dock.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to get a price on an Anaconda at Limbaba, or near Limbaba. Can't really,
This is a flight regulation announcement. Please proceed to dock on your assigned docking pad.
Here, I'll be right back. Shut up, cat. Fuck off. Out. 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 Fucking cat. I really hate it when she's in heat. There she goes again, that fucking cat. Shut up!
We will be forced to respond to aggressive actions. For peace of mind, please stow ship weapons while inside the docking bay.
So just over 120 million credits at a young Rui shipyard.
This is an important announcement. Security surveillance is in effect at the facility at all times. Any acts of aggression will be met with an appropriate response.
Here's a question posted to Reddit 3 years ago. I can very soon afford to buy an Anaconda and kit it enough to put it into use, but these last days I've been having second thoughts about it. Yeah, it's a better trader than a T9 because of the crazy laden jump range. But that's not enough for me to pay so much. That's true, its laden jump range will exceed the heavy Type 9. But then again, it takes less cargo.
Welcome to the starport. Check the wide array of services we offer and enjoy your stay at our facilities.
And he goes on to say, it has the highest jump range of any ship, but I'm not planning on exploring for the time being. It seems like the Anaconda is the best, and not being best in anything, it seems like an average multi-purpose ship that gets very, very easily excelled by any other ship in that specific area. I realize that's the point, but I thought about having a 200 million credit ship.
Are constantly being
it'd be at least as good as a ship costing 10 times less. Why should I buy an Anaconda? Convince me. Charlemagne III writes, it's a giant death machine with a lethal array of weapons. What more justification do you need? Charlemagne III responds, it's not about aiming, it's about showing the galaxy how big your guns are.
We would like to welcome all
Anacondas don't lie.
Please ensure you complete all docking procedures within the allocated time.
Oh my goodness. Deleted user says the ASP is better for exploration because its wear and tear isn't nearly as extensive as the Anaconda. Speaking from experience here, I did a 1-week trip about 15,000 light years in total, and it cost me 7.5 million wear and tear. Rebuy was 6.8 million. Guess which one I did after I sold all the exploration. Guess which one I did after I sold all the exploration data.
We advise that all commanders be aware of their speed while in and around the starport. Thank you for your cooperation.
See, it looks like the best thing you can do here, if you're serious about playing this game, is have a fleet of ships that will give you the best of everything.
Yeah. Request dock.
So, I mean, I definitely don't want to let go of the Python. I definitely don't want to let go of the Diamondback Explorer, and I really don't want to let go even of the Asp Explorer. Which means I have to earn 100 million credits.
Request dock.
And that will take forever at this rate. A fact I'm not too fond of. But there you have it.
This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct the access corridor during arrival or departure.
Where are we here? Hog City. Okay. So what we need are commodities. We need consumer technology. We need about 300 of them. Hang on, how much do we need here? What's 841 minus 512? Fucking Christ. Come here. You little bitch. Calculator. 841 minus 512 equals 329. Okay. So we need 329.
Request dock. Request dock.
Sold the thallium. The cryolite. They sold the cryolite. Sell the Tapiite. Profited from the Tapiite. And we'll keep the resonating separators for now.
Please submit requests before entering the document.
I have 18 limpets to go. Laying a course for the unloved system, the unlave system, sorry. That's not quite true. We're in Anlave. Hog City. We're at 6110, 6150. Oh, whatever. LP 24510, course laid in. Launching.
Access is bidirectional. Please keep the airlock clear.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go to the restroom.
Detachment
Okay.
confirmed. Regulate your speed until Trium Station permits it.
Landing gear retracted.
to exit this facility, please comply. Automated docking initiated.
Scan detected.
Reports of increased traffic surrounding the facility. Regulate your speed, Commander.
Landing gear deployed.
Docking successful. Engaging docking restraints.
You know who we haven't seen on lately?
Commander, this whole system is on the
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You know who I haven't seen on lately is Harden.
Yeah, it's been down for a few days. Request dock.
Of course, Nate Doggs is enjoying his new VR helmet, so he's always on now. I think you might have missioned with him once out when we were doing the Guardians.
Don't know.
Well, you were out with me looking at Guardian sites at one point, I think. And then we came back into the bubble, as I recall. Unless that was Soapy Night, I don't remember.
That might have been somebody else, because I don't think I've done that. Request dock.
Well, I did that 7 million mission, finally. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go bring our ship up, the Diamondback, which is at Katuri right now. Yeah, that brought us above 32 million, so we did gain something there, but not as much as 7 million, of course. Anyway, transfer options. I should try engineering a Sidewinder and see how much performance I can get out of it, just for fun.
We extend a warm welcome to new arrivals at this facility and wish a safe journey to all departures.
And then put it back at the start location, so that if I ever got reset back to the beginning of the game, I'd have that Sidewinder all engineered up, ready to go.
Why not just get a regular, put a decent ship there?
Well, I could do that too. Holy shit. Bringing my Python up here would cost 2 million exactly. Pretty close to exactly. 2 million and a tiny bit of change. $31.3 million current standing. What do we do now? Well, there's a bunch of really fast snapper missions that I can do, which are scan missions. Let's see if I can take another cargo run here. Might be somewhat semi-lucrative. Or I could do a quick cargo run. Another counterinsurgency scan mission in LHS-135. Time to complete 6 days, 23 hours will take it.
Request dock.
We get 2.2 million clear for quelling unrest by transporting 3,600 units of survival equipment. Not really worth it. Let's see how much better I can do here. 2896 units of food cartridges for 884,000 clear. You can salvage bootleg Laker for 117,000. Nope.
Request dock.
Basic medicines available for 896,000 clear. Boom time delivery. 36 units of survival equipment. 2.6 million clear. It looks like Bieltaka is having some sort of outbreak. As is Iota Percy. There's no real good missions here.
Request dock.
Now might be a good opportunity to take a look at some of our materials traders and try to get some of the missing materials that we need. Our ship arrived just yet?
Here.
17 minutes before it arrives, so. Now we'll do a commodities run.
Request dock.
Stand by. Yep, military grade fabrics still, well, actually, they've increased in value. You dizzy little shit. Okay, military grade fabrics it is.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Where are we going? The Audaduro system.
makeshift drive charging.
Oh, shit.
Full impulse. Three-quarter impulse. Three-quarter impulse. Three-quarter impulse. Three-quarter impulse. Half impulse. Half impulse. Quarter impulse. Landing gear.
Copy.
Zero impulse.
Deploying the fighter.
No impulse.
SLF is online. Standing by.
Cargo scoop
Stop
deployed.
impulse.
Two limpets launched.
message.
Regulate speed for automated retrieval, Commander. Fighter is locked down. We're good to go, Commander.
Dilute arsenal.
Hard point. Hard point.
Where in fuck's name is this thing?
Cannot comply. Cargo
Hard
stick
point.
retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Hard.
Temperature critical. Hard point.
I guess we'll get into a fight right now.
Hard point.
Why, are you getting into a fight yourself?
No, I'm still programming.
Oh, I see.
Simple commands are pretty simple to do. Tell it hard points, and it pulls out all the guns. Or tell it hard points again, puts all the guns away. But if
Yeah.
I want to request to dock, then it has about 14 commands for it. Well, give me a second here. I'll bus dock, and first thing it does is it has to press right alt and the left keys at the same time, hold for 0.1 seconds and release. Pause 0.2 seconds. Blah, 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 blah. On down the line.
Yeah. And I'm entering a fight right now.
10 different commands, or 10 different keys that's got to be hit here with pause in between. order for it to function right.
Copy. Deploying the fighter.
Scan detected.
SOS is online. Standing by.
Target shields offline.
Tango is down.
Target obliterated. Holy shit. I'm 55 meters away from this component.
Yeah.
It looks a lot closer than 55 meters.
Cargo scoop deployed. Collector limit expired.
Oh, come on.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Regulate speed for automated retrieval, Commander. Retrieval complete. Fighter bay is secure.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Orbital flight engaged.
Battle station. Full powered engines. Power engines. Power to engines.
Scan detected. Scan detected.
Meters from touchdown.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown sequence complete. You may disembark when ready. Welcome, Commander.
maximum capacity.
Battle stations. Bye. Battle station.
Well, that's interesting. There's a new orange icon. It's in the shape of a canister. It's on the commodities market, and I don't know what it means exactly, but I think it means I'm delivering something there. I'm not sure, though.
battle station. Hard point.
Okay.
Flight assist off.
Attention, Commander. You need to reduce your speed.
Flight
Request
assist
approved.
on.
Proceed to Bay 3-2. You are approved for automated docking.
Hard point.
Do not deviate from your current vector. Ground crew ready for arrival.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
Docking successful. Ground crew dispatched. You may want to be wary around these parts, Commander. This whole system is on the brink of rebellion.
This is hilarious. Benevental's loyal followers produce targeted media playing on the population's dissatisfaction with their lives and offering what appears to be a solution to all their problems. Collect utopian publicity from contacts and control systems and deliver them to our contact here so the truth in our message can be seen.
Sounds like a dick to me. I mean, dictator.
Same thing. Kind of like the current president of the United States, actually. But I'm sure you wouldn't know anything about that, since you don't watch television. I have to tell you, though, just by way of a quick comment, I did read James Comey's book in part. And I gotta tell you, the media does a wicked job of reading 5 pages and taking a taking a clip out of it and doing whatever the hell they want, and making the book say whatever they want it to say.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
He is. I mean, in terms of, I've heard him called biased and out of. I've heard him called all sorts of terrible things. But he really wasn't that bad of an FBI director, I don't think. You know, he's a fairly normal guy who was doing a normal job and was just sort of broadsided by the president because the president wanted to serve his own interests. And what he says about Trump basically is this, that, you know, he's a president, but he's not president of the United States. He's president of Donald Trump. He does what's good for him, above all else. And if that happens to be good for the country too, well, that's fine. But it's not his priority. And whether or not that's true of the majority of politicians, you have to... What's that?
Talking to my computer.
And whether or not that's true of the majority... What?
It's not quite doing what it's supposed to be doing yet.
No. And whether or not that's something that most politicians do, I don't know. Like I said, I've met politicians who were true believers and didn't necessarily put their own interests ahead of the country's, but I think it's far-fetched to expect that you're going to have politicians that aren't going to put, to some degree, their own interests on the table. But are they willing to sacrifice their patriotism for their own interest? Well, that's the question the electorate has to answer, in their opinion. And the trouble is, no one really knows, because you're not sitting there across from the president every day at work. It's very tough to get to know the man. But Comey's book was insightful if you're into political reads, trying to understand people at that level of government. You might get a bit of insight from Comey. Incidentally, he also takes the entire Clinton investigation. He says that whole investigation of Clinton was taken completely out of context and totally, you know, exaggerated by the media. He had a job to do as FBI. What?
Talking to my computer again.
He says that Clinton, if he had a job to do in researching Clinton, and that, you know, what you might have heard about Clinton was not necessarily what the FBI was investigating. In the end, the FBI did legitimately conclude that Clinton probably, like many politicians, didn't really understand the technology she was using. Whether or not she should have, again, that's a call the electorate has to make. But it's not realistic. And from my own expertise with politicians, at least on this side of the border, I can tell you that they have simply not got the time to sit there and tinker with technology and figure out how it all works. They're too busy doing other things, usually for other people.
Usually doing something that's pretty self-serving.
I don't think so. Not in my experience. I don't. First of all, they might be interested in being somewhat self-serving, but they also have to respond to the electorate, right? At least they do on this side of the border. If you go and complain to your MP about something that is impacting you directly in the here and now, your MP is supposed to help you do something about it. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But they are your elected representative. You're supposed to be able to go to them with your problems. At a practical level, I mean. I'm not talking about broad brush strokes in government policy. I'm saying that you had a government contract that went south and you'd like your MP to look into it for you. That kind of thing. I'm sure it's true in the States that if a government contract goes sideways for suspicious reasons, you would approach your local representative and ask questions. They're supposed to be the ones that actually help you. And surprisingly, a lot of people do just that. As for the self-serving side of it, well, I won't say that they aren't, that nobody's going to be opportunistic. Of course they are. But do they dwell on trying to find new and improved ways to better their own lives at the expense of the electorate? I think that's a little bit cynical. Perhaps far-fetched. I'd like to think so, anyway. Mind you, I was lucky. The two politicians I was closest to were both from Winnipeg, and both of them, one of them was Lloyd Axworthy. He was a long time Liberal, long time lieutenant. He was with the current Prime Minister's father in his cabinet for many years, for at least 3 or 4 terms. He did very good for the city of Winnipeg, got Winnipeg contracts it might not otherwise have gotten. And as for Reg Alcock, who's dead now, unfortunately, he suffered a heart attack. He got to be a very big man, even bigger than me. And he ended up being as big as a house, I think. And anyway, he suffered a heart attack and died. But he also had a high-stress job. He was president of the he held a position called president of the Treasury Board. These are the people that are responsible for actually doling out the money, the transfer payments to the provinces and whatnot, large sums of money. And if it isn't done correctly, you can rest assured there's a whole bunch of people very pissed off with you.
Request doc.
So do these people have time to be self-serving? Nah, I'm skeptical. I mean, sure, they'll be opportunistic, but I don't think they're going out of their way to be self-serving. And the same goes true on Capitol Hill. I mean, a lot of those guys, they get assigned things. Even your lowest level junior congressman is still going to have to, start somewhere, right? How do they climb the ladder of power on Capitol Hill? You have to get assigned to a committee, right? You serve good on that committee and you go to the next one. And then the one after that, and the one after that. And over time, you build up a reputation. That's really, how else is it supposed to work? It's how it works in major corporations. Are they being self-serving? Well, of course they are, but they also, the more powerful your congressman is, the more influence your congressman has for your region in the United States Congress. Surely South Dakota has had 1 or 2 representatives that have been fairly powerful in its past.
I don't know. I don't pay that much attention.
Anyway, that's the idea behind it. But this president takes it to a whole new level. I mean, come on. I have no problem drawing on examples of citing him for what could only be, really, can only be him serving his own self-interest at the expense of the United States, or its interest as a nation. And that's unusual. I haven't been able to say that about a president before. I may have not agreed with presidents in the past. That's certainly been true. But I could always at least say that whatever it was that they were doing was in the best, it could be argued, was in the best interest of the United States. I can't say that about this guy. Just can't. How his daily Twitter account somehow serves the interest of the United States, I don't know. He goes off on tangents that are just like far out there, man. No other politician in the United States does that sort of thing. But that's what's endearing him to the American people. I think the United States has some very big problems. So, there's my mind on that subject. Agree or disagree?
I really don't care. I don't worry about it because there's nothing I can do about it anyway.
Isn't that part of the problem?
Yeah, doesn't mean I can fix it.
Well, not by yourself. No one said put down everything you're doing and do something about this, but... I don't know, I think in the end you'll find yourself going back to the ballot box at some point. Maybe when you're old and cynical like me.
I'll worry about it when they decide to come take my guns, because then I can laugh at them, tell them good luck finding them.
You can take my guns when you pry them from my cold, dead hands.
I've got a Nerf gun sitting on top of my desk up there. I'll just hand that to them and say, have fun.
Well, they won't take it from you. They might make you register it, but...
Oh, I'll register my Nerf gun. I think it'd be hilarious.
I think it would be too. Here you go. I've registered a Nerf gun. Do they even sell those anymore? I thought they were deemed unsafe for children to play with.
Oh, shit. They sell them like you wouldn't believe. Well, my kids have got I don't know how many of them floating around upstairs.
Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know if they're allowed in Canada or not. The Toys R Us shut down in Canada, eh?
Yeah, but Toys R Us, all of them shut down.
Did they all shut down? Okay. Sometimes they just shut down the Canadian operations and they keep the American side going, like Sears did. Sears fired all of its Canadian staff, but then the American arm of it continued on, even though it was dead, because the employees bought into the company and rescued that part of it. So now you can still order things from the Sears catalog. I guess they're trying to compete with Amazon or something. More power to them. They can pull it off. If they can pull it off, I'm all for it. Amazon needs some competition, and I can't give them. I don't have enough money. Not yet. Soon, maybe. I was just thinking if I had another room in my apartment, or if I could renovate my apartment, what I'd do, and I thought, a VR room would be interesting. Mind you, so would a swimming treadmill. The swimming treadmill kind of wins out because it's a little bit more beneficial for me.
What the hell's a swimming treadmill?
Well, that's where you put yourself in a tank, and it's usually made of glass, or at least there's a window in the side of it, and you photograph. There's a camera. You can plug a camera in somewhere, so that you can image your stroke pattern as water cycles through this thing. So it goes from one side to the other. It's about the size. It's quite a bit larger than a bathtub. It's about 5 times the size of a bathtub, but it's not as long as a swim lane. And it's just a tank, right? It's about 100, maybe 50 meters long at most. Probably closer to 25. And so it fits in a very finite space. It allows you, without having to use up all the space of a swimming pool, you can just have this water that there's a jet underneath the surface that shoots the water past you, and you adjust it to match your swim, like the current to match how fast you can swim, so that you basically stay stationary in one place. Then you keep swimming. And then you can...
Something that'd be extremely heavy.
Oh yes, I mean these things go. I mean you install them into like a deck or something. You don't. Many of them, like at the universities and whatnot, they're made out of concrete. But you can make. I mean you can make them out of plastic, I guess. But you have to be careful because you don't want them to break, and then you have the water just shoot out of the fucking thing because there's a crack in it or something.
I don't think it'd be a good idea to put that in your apartment.
No, it would be a horrible idea. First of all, there'd be water damage from just the water vapor alone, for starters. But it might be so.
You fill that thing up, it's going to fall through the floor.
No, the floor is made of concrete, so I don't think there's much. This is an older building, and the floors are fairly thick. They're made of concrete. I think they had originally.
That much weight in that small an area.
Well, they had originally, this building, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know for a fact, but I think someone told me that it was originally supposed to be a hospital. So they laid it out with, commercial grade superstructure, and then they ended up putting apartments in because the idea of a hospital went sideways. So the walls are fairly thick, and this is how I don't know how this woman beneath me can hear me on the hardwood floor. But I guess this part of it maybe wasn't very concrete or whatever. But my kitchen is certainly concrete, and you won't be. I mean, you could put a car in there, and I don't think it would go through the floor. Now, put that same car in the living room, yeah, it'll go right through the goddamn floor into the little old lady's apartment below me, but not from the kitchen. That floor is solid. That floor is cement. And it's thick cement. Okay, well, I made my money for tonight. What do I make here? Well, it says I made 32. Hang on. I don't think I sold my... Did I sell my commodities yet? Nope. Didn't sell it yet. Yeah, so I went from 31 to 33 million, so I made 2 million there. And now I have my Diamondback Explorer, so I'm ready to go do all those other little missions that I took. The planet surveys. I'll have to be on first thing tomorrow because I've got a secure information needs delivering mission that has to be completed.
I won't be on till late tomorrow night because I'm going to Breckenridge, Minnesota for a Taekwondo tournament.
Okay, well, enjoy that. I'm going to log off for now, though. It's getting late here, so it's time for bed.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.
Music.
Alright everyone, this is Commander Trium signing off from Galton Gateway in the LP245-10 system. It is 5:11:36 Zulu on the 21st of April, 3304, technically the first day of spring. But whether or not that's on, I don't know. And we did gain some cash tonight, not as much as we probably would otherwise have done, but there was some money made, and we've got a series of missions that require completion first thing tomorrow, and we have the Diamondback Explorer at this base now to help with that. Diamondback Explorer, of course, is a lightweight craft, but it's great for ferrying data and other things of that sort. current inventory includes 2 resonating separators and 20 limpets. We'll have to do something about that tomorrow, I guess. Although we have probably got the space of the resonating separators in the cargo bay aboard the Diamondback. At any rate, that'll be it for now. I'm Commander Trium, signing off until tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please visit our Twitter site at twitter.com/commander_trium, CMDR_TRIUM. The pinned tweet and link on the left-hand side both point to additional information that will be of interest to fans of these video flight logs, including the YouTube channel, where they are all kept. Thanks once again. Good night.